Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to yet another Smartkarma weekly forum. I'm very glad to be hosting you all today. Just a little recap. The forum is a high impact weekly webinar, which is live for Smartkarma Plus subscribers. We discuss the best, highest conviction ideas and insights surfaced across the network. We dig deep into themes. We also allow members to ask questions. A little disclaimer, the forum is strictly for subscribers. It's meant purely for informational purposes. It does not constitute investment advice. It's the opinion not of Smartkarma, but that of our insight providers, and Chatham House rule applies. Another reminder, all forum recordings are available on YouTube. In case you can't attend live in person, you can visit our channel on YouTube, look at the recording, also share it with our friends. This is also a great way to stay on top of some of our older ideas. In the forum today, we would be looking at Yuexiu transport infrastructure, Yangzijiang shipbuilding, as well as the recently concluded SPAC listing for Grab Holdings. Let's take a look at Yuexiu. Yuexiu, the ticker is 1052 Hong Kong. The market cap is just over $1 billion. The stock trades about $1.5 billion a day. This is very much a small cap that's listed in Hong Kong. Key points about this particular insight. So first of all, Yuexiu is sort of a hidden Greater Bay Area company. The parent of Yuexiu is Guangdong Holdings, which is the main state-owned enterprise of Guangdong, which is great. Yuexiu operates toll roads, expressways, which is a very stable recurring revenue business. Very recently, Yuexiu announced that it is planning to spin off the Hanxiao Expressway and list it as a REIT on the onshore China market. This is quite important because this would be among the first few infrastructure REITs to be listed in China after China announced its REIT code. Now, if Yuexiu is able to spin off and list this particular expressway, it is not unlikely that further expressways could also be bundled into that REIT, which would unlock more value for shareholders and lift valuations. For this particular expressway, when it is spun off, the company will record nearly 1 billion RMB of gain. And that goes to show just how much value can be unlocked from such spinoffs. Such gains also provide capital, which the company can then use to purchase more assets, develop more assets, which further increases the growth potential of the company. David Blennerhassett, who has covered the stock, uses a very conservative 3-year average trailing and forward price to book ratio, which indicates at least 30% upside, if not more, because the stock has actually come off a little bit. Meanwhile, if you look at how much Yuexiu is yielding, it's given you roughly 9% dividend yield based on reinstated dividends. Why reinstated? During the COVID period, pretty much all the toll roads in China were requested to pause the collection of toll, which in return depressed the dividend yield. Now, as China has returned back to normal, these yields are coming back, and hence it's a great opportunity to pick up some very stable retirement income, as well as get exposure to this catalyst in the form of a REIT listing. Moving on to the second idea, we're looking at Yangzijiang Shipbuilding. This is listed in Singapore. The market cap is $3.6 billion US. It trades $26 million US a day. It's a very liquid stock. As you'll notice from its 5-year chart, the stock has not done very much in the last 5 years. It's been largely range bound. So why are we looking at? First of all, it's had a very, very impressive order wins this year. It has won 124 vessels, which has resulted in nearly $7.5 billion worth of an order book. In fact, the total order book is 8.86 billion now. Secondly, Yangzijiang has proposed the spin-off and listing of its investment segment. Basically, Yangzijiang was running an interesting wealth business on the side together with the shipbuilding business. Clearly, investors didn't like it very much. The stock has traded poorly, but now Yangzijiang has announced that this very lucrative business is going to be spun off and listed as a separate company, and that listing will happen in China, where hopefully it can get a pretty good valuation. Once this happens, you can once again basically crystallize a lot of value. It will lead to sequential earnings growth and an improved dividend payout ratio. Again, based on the analyst numbers, we're looking at a conservative 30 or 35% upside from current levels into this event. Lastly, we're going to take a quick look at Grab. This is a recently listed SPAC of an ASEAN company. The stock is trading quite a bit of volume, and this is obviously a large cap company now. Key points. The SPAC listing of Grab Holdings happened in conjunction with Altimeter Growth Corp, and it happened at an equity valuation of just under $40 billion US. Grab, as you know, operates a ride-sharing business, a food delivery business, a fintech / payments business, and it's largely branded itself as one of the super apps in Southeast Asia. As we looked at Grab going into this listing, our analysts had highlighted several concerns, which were discussed on one of the previous sessions as well. But broadly speaking, what we feel here is we find the numbers are too high in terms of valuation, and even forecasts have had to be cut going into this listing. Despite that, the numbers could be quite hard to achieve. And there is no clear reason we see for the stock to be trading expensive relative to its peers. It appears that some of the institutional investors, at least hedge funds, agreed with this because several of them were positioned short into the listing. They should probably be looking to cover now. But all in all, this is an example of a scenario where a very, very highly hyped listing falls flat, and independent research can add a lot of value. And with that, I will sort of end the presentation part of today's forum. Open to you participants for any questions. You can use the Q&A button. And of course, if you don't have any questions, that's fine too. You can always refer back to the Smartkarma platform and leave your discussions and questions there. Okay, looks like we have no questions today, so I'll wrap up the forum. We'll speak next week, which will likely be the last session before we break for Christmas. Thank you very much for joining. Stay in touch, keep engaging, send us great ideas, and make Smartkarma fun for everyone. Bye-bye.